Yeah. Maybe left. Maybe right. Oh, yes. Oh. Where am I at? I am so lost. Oh, no. Okay. Need to calm down. I'm sure I can find...
I'll buy a shiny new truck.
No, thank you. Ah, you saved me. Right enough with the silly stuff. The last time we fixed this machine up and it's now completely automated, I turned it off, and there is a reason for that, because we are going to need to do something else between in. But before doing that, the last time I was also wondering how can we actually speed up the pressure into the machine, and then I seen a video and I was like, of course I should have just opened my eyes. Allow me to show you what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to take this stuff with me, and this time I want to do something else. I just want to test something. I'm going to grab my money. Oh Jesus, this suspension. It's wild. Alright, so why I took this thing is because everything seems to be so wide. Ah, the game doesn't allow me to go in there. That's so childish. So the reason why I'm here is because off camera I took a look at some of these other things that are down here. And I do notice that for these tier 2 stuff, we're going to have tons and tons of cloud team ore, which I don't have already. That is why for today I would like to do something else, and I would like to check for something that I didn't check out in one of the other episodes. And that is this thing. Forged iron intake booster design. So I took a look, and it's basically something that you put on your water source and gives it a boost. Exactly the thing that I need. So this thing only need like a weight of 60 iron, which is not too much. And for this stuff you need to have 100 for the crumbler and 300 for the digger. So I need to have at least 4 of these things. I'm going to need to have a lot of cloud team ore, and 4 of these I'm going to need to have a lot of cloud team ore, including these guys. So I need to let this machine roll. Please, no Skyrim this time. Yes, it was silly clickbait, but the funniest thing is I was just editing this whole stuff, and then I was like, I need to do something with it. So then I had to think of Skyrim. That's why my reaction when I came back to this world was not that good, besides saying I thought it was a bug. Well, if I'm not wrong, this guy should be put on there, and by the look of it, I could have 4 of these things on there. There we go. Let's turn this beautiful back on. And the power is now 111. Yes, we did it. We got more power on this guy. I also, by the way, discovered that I could just let these things run, because if it falls in, it just opens automatically and it progresses it automatically, which is such an awesome system. Now I literally don't have to do anything besides a tiny little mistake. There is a little bit of dirt up here, which I just need to, you know, drop in there like that. But that's something to keep in mind for the future, that I'm using enough space for this machine to line stuff up in the middle. But besides that, all is good. Alright, so the thing that I would like to do for today while this machine is running, and I should actually keep an eye on it that it doesn't break down, because stuff will lay all over the place. We've seen people wandering about with their messages that they want to have something to eat, or with other words, we're gonna get into a little bit of farming into this world. So I'm going to need to find someone who wants some food. Now there is a reason why we need to do this before getting into the big farming, because they have another type of currency. But at this moment people don't really seem to be bothered.
These pedestals hunger for their relics.
Yeah. You also hungry for soup? No? Damn it. Yeah, okay. I think these dudes want soup when it's daytime. And it is daytime. Okay, that was quick. Let's see if someone wants some soup. Well, anyways, let's just take a look why I'm going to need to do some of that stuff. So the thing here is, here's a basket. Here is different currency. And we can get a couple of that currency by selling some delicious soup. And why do we want to do that? Well, in the future, we're going to have a nice big farm area. Yes, you. Soup? scran. Okay, let's take a look. Weight needs to be 5 of the tomatoes. We're gonna get 40 apple currency. Yes. Well, weight, not quantity. Soup bowl, 5 cut tomatoes, but it needs to weigh 5, I guess. Requirements to deliver to Del Pier.
Fetch me some scrap.
Take it easy, bro. Take it easy. Alright. So, what do we going to need for this? Well, we're going to need to have a couple of things. So, let's take a little look over here. Because this, apparently, if I'm not wrong, is the only place where you can pay with normal currency. Yeah, because it's the only place where you can buy this. Very good. Alright, so we have this. We need a empty soup bowl to pour a cooking pot into the bowl. Alright, that makes a lot of sense. We have a stove placed down to heat up cooking pots.
Take a look at my goods.
What in earth was that? Strange things are going on, so let's take one of these. I wonder if you need to put this into the smithing type of deal, where you heat up the bars, or that it just plays down and it works. We need to have a cooking pot, obvious. We need to have a cooking knife. What is this? It's a seed mill, crushes vegetables to create seed bags, depending on yada yada yada. Why not? Oh no, there's no more space on this thing.
Take a look at my goods.
Oh, it depends on what. Alright, we need to have a sickle, maybe. We need to have a trowel, and removes foundations for seeds to grow to crops. And of course, we need to have some seeds. So let's take a tomato seed, another tomato seed, and another one. And of course, I'm not going to name that all for these carrots. Not sure if we're going to need carrots, but you know, I want to be sure that I got it all. Alright, I think I got all the needs that I'm going to need. Wait a minute. Now I'm thinking about it. Okay. I'm like, shouldn't I water the crops? But I could use a bucket, right? And I think if you want to have something more advanced, you're going to need to have some advanced coins for that. Out of my way. Out of my way. Okay, you're lucky this time, boy. Geronimo! Okay, it was less of fun than I thought it would be. Ah, what a beautiful day. It never rains in this world. That is lovely, even though I'm thinking of it. It would be good for some crop, though. Developer, you might want to think about that. Alright, so let's set up some stuff. Let's put this guy right around there. I'm not sure why. Let's give it a hit. And by the look of it, it is already turned on. So that is a good thing there. Then we have this guy, which I just seen at the last moment that it requires some water. So let's just place this guy right around there. Not sure if we're gonna use it, maybe. We still have one of these. I hope that will work. Yeah, by the look of the color, it's a tier 1 type of deal. Is it turned on? Ooh, you don't want to stick something in there. Now, just a betweening thing. Remember that the digger cost 300 clouting more. As his weight. Look at this. I don't even have 200. I don't even have enough for one of these things. And I'm going to have at least 4 in the end. Alright, let's take a look. We are going to need a trowel. But what I'm thinking here. What am I thinking? I am thinking to have a half or a semi-automatic crop farm already. So basically, I want to buy some piping. And let the water drop out of the pipe. We're going to get some L shapes, T shapes, I mean. Yes, like that. Perfect. Right, now we should be able, I think, to make like a perfect hole. I'm gonna guess I need to use the blue one. Ah, yes, perfect. Just right onto it. Yes. So it will get automatically some water. Maybe I should buy a table at some point. Okay, so we're going to need to plant some of these. There are 2 and 1. How does that work? Hey, didn't I bought like 3 packages of... there it is. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go for this one for the carrots. And now We're just going to wait. Okay. We are not going to wait for that.
You made that soup yet?
I am busy, okay? Jesus. I have to do everything around here. Oh, for crack's sake. You're going to get some ass whooping if you don't wait. I just first would like to do one, okay? And just discover how this stuff all works. You guys grown just yet? Yeah, we really depend on some sun there. Oh, so this is not a freaking tool. Oh, man. How did that happen? Oh, I need to press an E. So I thought, you know, let's make this area look a bit pretty. Oh, that is fantastic. And I can imagine we need some water. I will just put this right down there. All right. So we need to have some daytime. Oh, will you just look at that. We got tomatoes or Tommies, and we have some carrot. Right, let's take a tomato. There we go. We need, it said 5 slices. That would be a weight of 5. Now I'm also wondering, will these things regrow? We will just see that over time. Ah, multiply carrots. Very good. Now I would like to put 1 carrot in here and just see what happens. Oh god. And a whole package of seed came out, and there are some dots on the side, and I understand each dot means a seed. So we could just jam it right in there. Now let's turn this thing back on and see if it will regrow. It's kind of funny, the droplets are just bouncing off from there. Right, let's start cutting the tomatoes. Oh Jesus. Oh damn. Can I have a nice screenshot? And the last one. Now, I can imagine there was like a weight scale, right? So let's just grab this hammer, demolish this thing. And for now, let's just place this guy, how about right down there? And let's just see. This weighs 1.68. Oh, it just merges together. Ah, so one more should do the job of a weight of 5. Okay, it is a little bit more, but that I'll guess is okay. Let's drop it in here. If that is okay. You know what? I think we need to put this guy right on there. And then when the temperature is good, it will probably merge it together. Now let's do a small little test here. Aha, I freaking knew it. So that's why I only had 2 tomato bags, and yeah, I could get 2 of these out of 1 bag. Alright, the pan seems to be very hot, so let's join this in. Ooh, and we have a delicious tomato soup. Ah, yes. I love how these bits of tomatoes are getting smaller and smaller. Alright, so we have 1 soup. Let's bring this soup to our, what is he called? Gilbert or Albert. His name is Delbert. 1 hot soup coming up. Hope you will enjoy this one.
That soup yet?
Yeah, look what I got in my hands. Oh, we made our first cash. We made some Apple coins. Alright, so that is what we are going to need to do. Or better to say, what I'm going to need to do off camera. I'm going to need to feed a lot of these guys. I'm going to need to let my machine roll for a couple of hours and days. And then we get access to the bigger deal and a lot of more fun stuff. Because this thing costs 156 Apple coins. And this is chops vegetables on a hook into a conveyor belt for 80. And I also believe there should be a way to automate the whole system. And see, they got so much fun stuff in this game. And especially this big boy costs 26.80 of these Apple coins, and that is just crazy.